To my channel. Here we are going to be working on the construction of a triangle that is equal in area to a given circle. The construction of a triangle that is equal in area to a given circle. All right, so the diameter of the given circle is 56 millimeters. The diameter of the given circle is 56 millimeters. So let's see how we can construct a triangle that will be equal in area to a given circle. So what we are to do here first is to draw a horizontal center line. So here we have a horizontal center line. Then we are going to draw a vertical line. So I'm not going to make it a center line. So we're going to draw a vertical line. Okay, so here we have the vertical line like this. Okay, here we have the vertical line. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do, if you divide 56 by 2, so that will give us 28 millimeters. So 28 millimeters, it means that the radius of the given circle is 28 millimeters if diameter is 56 millimeters. Okay, so we take a measurement of 28 millimeters with compass on the ruler. So this is 28 millimeters. So then we put the pinpoint here and then we draw the circle. So we draw the circle like this. All right, so this is the circle. This is the circle as we have it here. All right, so I'm going to label this point. So this point, I'm going to call this point, this is point O here, and I will call this point, I will call it point B, while this point, I will call it point A. So here we have this point to point A. The next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to divide this distance OB into 7 equal parts. This distance OB we divide into 7 equal parts, which I believe you can do. Okay, so now, so what I'm going to do now, we are going to do it together. So I'm going to draw a line here. I'm going to draw a line here at an angle for us to divide line OB into 7 equal parts. Okay, so then from this point here, I'm going to take a measurement of 5 millimeters each. So 5 millimeters each. So looking at what I have here, this is 5 millimeters. Okay, so you can take more than that if you like, but I'm taking 5. So this is 5 millimeters, that is 2. So this is 3. So here is 4, and then here we have 5. So this is all right, looking at this. Okay, so this is 5, and then I have 6 here, and this is then I have 7 here, so this is 7. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so I'm going to number each of these points. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, so here is 3, so this is 4, this is 5, so here is 6, and this is 7. Okay, so the last one, we join it to the end of the line, that is to point B here. So we join the 7th division to the end of the line, so that is point B. Then with the set square being set along this line B7, and then we support it with the ruler. Okay, so we support it with the ruler or with the set square as I'm doing it here. So we shift to the next point. Okay, so that is to point 6. So we draw a line here like this. Okay, and then so we shift again to point 5. So and we draw a line like this. Okay, and then we shift to point 4, and we also draw a line from this point to touch line OB. Then we shift to point 3. So we draw a line from here to touch line OB. Okay, and then shift again to point 2. So we draw a line to touch line OB, and then lastly to point 1. So we draw a line to touch line OB. So this is it. Okay, we have it like this. All right, so now having done this, the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to draw a line that be perpendicular to this line AB. So we draw a line at this point B, and that line will be at a right angle to line AB. So what we do is this. So from this point here, I'm going to draw a horizontal line. So we draw a horizontal line from point B in this direction. Okay, so we have this line. The next thing that we are going to do, do not forget that what we are doing is that we want to construct a triangle that will be equal in area to this given circle. Okay, so just follow the steps that I'm taking here. Next thing that we are going to do is that with the same radius of this circle, okay, so the same radius of this circle as we have here, so we put the pinpoint here at point B and make an arc on this line, that is 1. Then we move to the next point here, make an arc, that is 2, and then we move to this point here, we make an arc here, that is 3. Okay, so we have this. Then we are going to take one of these divisions that we have here. We are taking one of these divisions that we have here. So that means what we are taking on this line is 3 whole number, that is 3/17 of this distance that we have here. This distance that we have here, what we are putting on this line is 3/17. Okay, so as we have taken, so this radius of the circle, we have taken 3 of them here. We now want to take 1 out of these 7 divisions that we have here. Okay, so that is what we have. So we are going to take this distance, though it's very small, so but I will manage to take it. Just take one of them like this. Okay, just take one of them like this. It may not be really convenient as I'm doing it here because that distance is very small as I'm doing it here. So I'll just manage it like this. So bring it to this point here. Just bring it here and make an arc here on the line. So we have this. Okay, so let's call this point, let's call it, this is point C here. So this point is point C. Now, so we are now going to join these 2 points together. So we join AC together with a straight line, join AC together with a straight line. Okay, so we join AC together with a straight line. So here we have line AC. Okay, so the required triangle is triangle ABC, whose area will be equal to the area of this given circle. So with your calculator, you can go on and calculate what the area will be, but I want us to do it together. So I'm going to take my phone and then we'll do the calculation. Okay, so that means we have to take the measurement as we have here, because in this case now, for this triangle that we have constructed, that we say that its area is equal to the area of this circle. So we know that this line will be the base. So this line will be the base of the triangle, and what I have here from here to this point, I have approximately 91 millimeters. So 91 millimeters as the base. So the base is what is 91 millimeters. That is the base of this triangle, and the height is equal to the diameter of this circle. So the height of the triangle is equal to 56 millimeters as we have here. Then for me to calculate the area of the circle, so let me take my phone. We use calculator to do that. Okay, so let me get my calculator as we have it here. All right, so I have my calculator here as we have it here. So for the area of the circle, so the area of the circle, so that is what? That is pi r square, pi r squared. So pi is 3.142, so 3.142, so times, so the diameter of the circle, the radius of the circle is what? Is 28. Is 28. That means we have 28 square. We are going to multiply this by 28 square, but I will do like this. So 3.142 times 28 and then times 28 again. So that gives us 2,463.3. 2,463.3. Let's take note of that. Then let's calculate the area of this triangle. Area of triangle is half base times height. Half base times height. So let's work that out. So half is 0.5. That is what? 0.5 times the base of the triangle, that is times 91. Okay, then times 91 times 91, then 91 times 56, so times 56 again. So here we have times 56. So what we have here is 2,548. they are very close. They are very, very close. Okay, so with that closeness, so we can still what? We can still take that the area of this triangle is equal to the area of this given circle. It's as simple as I've done it here. All you have to do is to practice. When you practice this, you become a master at this work. Thank you. Keep on practicing, and God bless you.